Viewers, Oromo Liberation Army OLA is claiming that hundreds of Ethiopian government soldiers have been killed within the past 7 days on one front in Oromia state. Some high-ranking officers of Ethiopian forces have also been killed, according to OLA. Which front is OLA talking about, viewers? Because we have not seen intense fighting in Western Front, which has been very busy front over the past few months, which is led by Jalmaro, head of OLA. Before having a look at OLA's claims and the fronts which have been mentioned by OLA, let me brief you about 4 main fronts on which OLA fighters are operating. Who are leading those fronts? Have a look at this picture, viewers.
Viewers, on your screen you can see a picture. To your left you can see Jalmaro. Jalmaro is the head of OLA, and especially he is leading Western Front, viewers, and his area is Western Front, though he is leading the OLA as a whole as well. And his forces are active in Western Oromia, in Horogodoro and Velega regions. Forces led by Jalmaro are operating. In the same area, there is presence of Fakad Abdisa group, which is a rival group of Oromo fighters. Fakad Abdisa group has done several activities in Western Oromia. Then viewers, alongside Jalmaro, you can see Jal Sanji Nagasa. Jal Sanji Nagasa is leading Central Front, viewers, and Central Front means Shiva Zone. And his second in command is Jal Jirenia, viewers, who gave an interview to Oromia Media Network a few days ago. I did a video on that. So forces led by Sani Nigasa are operating on Central Front, mostly in Shiva Zone and in Jima as well, because Jima is the zone which neighbors, which borders Shiva Zone, viewers. Thirdly, as you can see Golilcha Jar Golilcha, who is operating on Southern Front, viewers. Golilcha is operating in Guji zone, especially, viewers. Last, viewers, Jal Bobas, he is leading OLA fighters in eastern areas on Eastern Front. Mainly RC zone is the area of Jal Bobas on Eastern Front.
Now, Jal Golilcha is leading Southern Front, viewers, as I said just a few moments ago. And Guji and Borena are 2 main zones of Southern Front, viewers. Fighting, which is being claimed by OLA, in which hundreds of Ethiopian soldiers have been killed, reportedly occurred on Southern Front, both in Guji and Borena. And in the vicinity of these 2 zones, heavy clashes erupted between Ethiopian Federal Forces, Oromia Regional Forces, and OLA fighters. OLA fighters claim that 2 Ethiopian army colonels have also been killed in this fighting, and more than 450 Ethiopian government soldiers have been killed in the past 7 days in and near Borena and Guji zones on Southern Front. Viewers, as I said earlier, that Western Front was the main front for OLA a few weeks ago. Jalmaro was leading operations on that front. Then Ethiopian Federal Forces launched an offensive on Western Front. Since then, we haven't seen any considerable advance by OLA fighters on Western Front. It seems, viewers, that Oromo Liberation Army has activated its Southern Front because its Western Front has been under pressure from Ethiopian government forces due to ongoing offensive on this front. Now, Jal Golilcha is leading operations on Southern Front, and here heavy fighting is being reported. Secondly, viewers, OLA, OLF, and some news outlets have spoken about the presence of Eritrean forces in Oromia. 5 regions are being named where there is presence of Eritrean forces in Oromia: Guji, Borena, Horogodoro, and Valaga zone. Viewers, Eritrean embassy in the US has issued a statement. It says that Eritrean forces are not involved in atrocities against civilians in Oromia. But the statement did not clarify about the presence or otherwise of Eritrean forces in Oromia. OLA, OLF both claim that there is heavy presence of Eritrean forces in Oromia. Lastly, viewers, I have an update about imprisoned Oromia leaders, Jawar Mohammed, Beklegarba, Hamza Borena. Once again, Jawar Mohammed has gone on hunger strike. Since yesterday, Jawar Mohammed has been on hunger strike. For several months, he has been in Kaliti prison, viewers. A couple of months ago, Jawar Mohammed, Beklegarba, Hamza Borena all went on hunger strike, viewers, but then they ended this hunger strike. Now, once again, Jawar Mohammed is on hunger strike. Nothing seems to be working for these prisoners, Jawar Mohammed, Hamza, and Bekle. So we saw protests in their support in Oromia. Then they announced hunger strike. International media covered this hunger strike. Then again, hunger strike, viewers. They appeared in a court a few days ago, and there they said that there was no need of hearing of their cases, as Ethiopian executive was not listening to Ethiopian courts, and Ethiopian courts are helpless. These words were said by these Oromia leaders. So nothing seems to be working for these leaders. Ethiopian government is preparing to hold next elections, and in Oromia state, tens of thousands of people have registered for upcoming elections, viewers. We haven't seen any movement for the boycott of elections in Oromia state, viewers. Turnout in Oromia will determine how popular Bekle Garba, Hamza Borena, and Jawar Muhammad and Daud Ibsa are in Oromia. If they have a huge following in Oromia, we'll see people in Oromia boycotting next elections. But so far, it seems, views, that the turnout in Oromia could be higher than other regions of Ethiopia. Let's see what happens, viewers. I think for watching.